A woman reaches for the man she watched die 2 days ago. Her hands are already moving. Her arms are already lifting. Her body has decided before her mind has caught up. She's going to touch him. She's going to put her fingers on his face, on his hands, on the wounds she watched a Roman spear open in his side. She has just said his name back to him. Rabboni, teacher, the first word she has spoken in 2 days that has weight. And she is reaching. And then he speaks. 3 words in Greek. Mi mu haptu. Most translations give it to you as, do not touch me. Her hands stop in the air. For 5 seconds, maybe 10, Mary Magdalene stands in a garden outside Jerusalem, with her arms half raised, her breath caught in her chest, her fingers inches from the body of the man who just rose from the dead. She has been told she cannot touch him. And in those 5 seconds, everything she thought the rest of her life was going to look like changes. This is the most overlooked moment in the entire resurrection story. Not the empty tomb, not the angels, not the recognition. The 5 seconds in between her hands rising and her hands stopping. This is what she actually felt. Before the words, "You have to feel the garden." It is just before sunrise on the first day of the week. The air is cool, the grass is wet. The olive trees around her are still gray in the half-light. There is mist rising off the ground. She is alone. Peter and John have already come and gone. They looked inside the tomb. They saw the burial cloths folded. They did not understand. They left. She stayed. She has been weeping for an hour, maybe longer. Her eyes are swollen. Her hands are still dusty from the spices she dropped when she saw the open tomb. The empty jar of myrrh is on the ground at her feet. She has nothing left to do. The body she came to anoint is gone. She bends down one more time and looks inside. 2 figures in white are sitting where the body had been. They ask her why she is weeping. She tells them, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Then she turns around, and there is a man standing in the garden behind her. Through her tears, she does not recognize him. John tells us this directly. She thinks he is the gardener, the man who tends the burial plots, the man who waters the herbs and pulls the weeds. A nobody, a workman, the kind of person who would be in a garden at sunrise. He speaks first. "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking?" And she does what she has been doing for an hour. She asks the only question her body still has room for. "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him." Read those words slowly, because they tell you something nobody explains. She is offering to carry the body herself, a grown man's body, a corpse that has been in a tomb for 36 hours. She will lift him alone in the dark, and she will take him somewhere safe and bury him properly. She has no plan for where she would take him. She has no help. She is a woman, alone, before sunrise, with nothing but a jar of spices and an offer to carry the dead. That is how much she loved him. And then he says one word, her name, Mary. Stop the scene, because this is the moment where 5 seconds is about to begin. She has heard that voice say her name 1,000 times before, in Magdala, in Capernaum, at Bethany, at every meal she ever shared with him, at every village where he stopped to teach. The way he says her name is the way only one person in the world has ever said her name. And she knows it before she knows what is happening. Her body recognizes him before her eyes do. Her grief lifts in the time it takes to draw a single breath. The garden goes from cold to warm. The mist around her is suddenly gold. She turns. She sees him. She knows. She says one word back, the same word every Aramaic-speaking student said to their rabbi when they wanted to honor him. Rabboni, my teacher, my master, my everything. And her hands begin to rise. And subscribe right now if you want to be in the next 5 seconds with her. Because what happens between her hands rising and her hands stopping is the part of the resurrection story nobody ever shows you. Her hands move first, before her brain catches up, before her words come, before her body has decided what to do. Her hands are already lifting toward him. This is what every human body does when it sees someone it loves who was supposed to be dead. The hands move. She's reaching for his face, for his hands, for the wounds in his side that a Roman soldier opened 40 hours ago. She has to touch him. She has to confirm with her own fingers what her eyes are telling her. Because grief plays tricks on a body. She has not slept. She has not eaten. She has wept in this garden for an hour. Her mind could be lying to her. Her eyes could be lying to her. Her hands cannot lie. If she touches him, she will know. Skin is real in a way that vision is not. She has to touch him. And he speaks. John 20, verse 17. The Greek is me mu haptu. Most English Bibles translate this, do not touch me. But the Greek is more specific than that. The verb hapto can mean to touch, but it can also mean to cling, to hold, to grasp, to fasten onto. The grammar is a present imperative, which in Greek does not mean, do not start touching me. It means, stop the action you are already doing. He is not pushing her away. He is not saying she is unworthy. He is not saying his body is too holy for her hands. He is telling her, Mary, do not hold on to me. She is already touching him, or she is just about to. And he is asking her to stop, to let go, to let her fingers fall back to her sides. 3 words in Greek. And the moment they leave his mouth, her hands stop in the air. Then he gives her the reason. For I have not yet ascended to my Father. Read that sentence carefully, because it changes everything she thought was about to happen. She thought he was back. She thought the man she had followed for 3 years was here again, in the same body, the same voice, the same hands. She thought she could go back to walking the dusty roads of Galilee with him, listening to him teach, cooking for him, sitting at his feet. She thought he had come back to her, and he is telling her, Mary, no, I am not back. I am going. The body you are looking at is not the body you knew. It is the same body, but it is changing. It is being transformed. It is going to the Father. And the way you used to know me, physical, present, sitting next to you at a table, is over. What is coming is something different. Something she does not have a word for yet. Now feel what is happening inside her. She has just lived through the worst weekend of her life. She stood at the cross for 6 hours. She watched him die. She followed the body to the tomb. She sat through the longest Sabbath in human history. She bought spices by lamplight. She walked through dark streets at dawn carrying myrrh for a corpse. And 5 minutes ago, all of that pain was about to be over. He was alive. She had him back. And now he is telling her, you cannot have me back. Not the way you want. Her hands are still in the air. Her breath is still caught in her chest. The man she loves is standing 2 feet in front of her, alive. And he has just told her she cannot hold him. Every cell in her body wants to ignore him, to reach the rest of the way, to put her hands on his face and never let go. She does not. She drops her hands. She lets him go before she ever held him. This is the part the paintings get wrong. The artists show her kneeling, worshiping, decomposed. The Latin tradition even gave the scene a name. Noli me tangere, touch me not, as if she stood there in calm reverence. She did not. She stood there with empty hands and a chest that did not know how to breathe yet. She had just been given the man she loved and asked to give him back in the same instant. And then he tells her what is going to take its place. Go to my brothers and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. My brothers, the men who ran from the cross while she stayed, the men who locked themselves in a room while she walked to the tomb alone, the men who did not believe her testimony when she finally got to them later that morning. Jesus is calling them his brothers. He is calling his Father their Father. He is making the disciples, the ones who failed him, into family. And he is sending Mary to be the one who tells them. She is going to lose the way she used to know him. The walking next to him, the sitting at his feet, the hearing his voice in the room. All of that is ending. The new relationship is something different. He is going to the Father. And from now on, the way every human being knows him will be the way she is about to learn, without touching. She is the first person on earth to be asked to love Jesus without holding him. And she does it. She drops her hands. She turns. She runs. Step back. See what just happened. 5 seconds. Maybe 10. The time it takes for a pair of hands to rise and stop. The time it takes for a teacher to say 3 words. The time it takes for a woman to understand that everything she thought she was getting back has just been rewritten. Mary Magdalene was the first witness of the resurrection. She was also the first person in human history asked to relate to Jesus through faith instead of touch. Every Christian who has ever loved a Jesus they cannot see. Every nun in a convent, every monk in a monastery, every grandmother praying her rosary, every teenager whispering a prayer in a hospital room, every person on every continent, in every language for 2,000 years who has tried to love a man whose face they will never touch. Every one of them is doing what Mary did first. In a garden, before sunrise, with her hands frozen in the air. She is the prototype. She is the first one, the one who learned how to hold on to him without holding on to him. When Thomas put his hands in Jesus' wounds 8 days later, that was the old way of knowing. When Jesus ascended to the Father 40 days after the resurrection, the old way ended for everyone. From then on, the only way to know him was the way Mary learned in 5 seconds in a garden. Without touch, with trust, with empty hands and a heart that decides to believe anyway. If this changed how you see John 20, subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear what those 5 seconds actually cost her. And tell me, what hit you hardest? The moment her hand stopped in the air? The Greek word that means do not cling? Or the fact that she is the prototype for every Christian who has ever loved a Jesus they cannot touch? I read every comment. I'll see you in the next one.